that I don't talk about, that I don't use the word God, because I'm taking y'all pre-mathematics, pre-geometry, pre-all of this. When beings came out of light. Intelligence is in all light. Light is like an X-ray for particles. You can see particles in light. Light is like an X-ray for particles. You can see particles in light. You see a stroke of light come through, a beam of sun come through, and you see all of that light. I mean, you see all the particles. If you're a cigarette smoker, one morning, if it's a beam of sun going through your window and you can see that beam, blow some cigarette smoke or some weed smoke towards that beam and watch that light capture the smoke. Forgive me. Y'all forgive us. Forgive God. That was my mistake. Technical difficulty, my apology. But yes, I do what I asked. Back to the broadcast. My apology. So, watch that smoke go into that light, into that beam of light. You're going to see smoke go into that beam of light. And it's going to like capture it. Because light is that powerful. The sun rays, the rays that come out of the sun comes with mathematics and comes with code. For the timing of elements that's in the planet to germinate and for them to do their thing, and for new raw materials to come out of the planet. So light is something very powerful. Yes, take that smoke and blow it into that beam and you'll see the light just collect it, and it won't even go nowhere. Because to me, I think light has something to do with magnetism anyway. So life is energy, patterns that people took universal things that happen and they wrote to it. They wrote stories to it. Bibles or texts or whatever to try to reach for the unexplained, because it's not explained. It can't be explained. It could be explained, but not in your world and through your elements. So we look at it as what we would call phenomena. We call it what's that they say when they want to get deep? Or the metaphysical, beyond. And I'm just telling you, it's energy. They're just putting names to it. Angels, God, the devil, or whatever. They're just putting names to. If then that means God is the devil, because who controls ultimately weather patterns? So if it could be sunny one day and a hurricane could take your house off, or a tornado can come and lift your car up with a whole family in it and kill you, then God can kill as well as he can deliver peace. So you have to get out of that concept and deal with energies. What you're looking at is an alien or a higher being, a God, whatever. And you might put, oh, that's ugly or whatever. It's deity. It's your master. It's your genetical creator. Whether he's good or bad, he's over you. You just better hope that he's good. Hope and faith is the last thing you could. If I had anything, it would be hope or faith. Because faith is just like saying, I don't know, but I just hope it's something great. I don't actually think there's nothing wrong with faith. I'm just not into anything because I know. I know that pattern exists. I know where they stole these Superman hero stories from. I know the Black Panther story is real. We had technology like that. We were those kind of, and that was, and not Superman, but remember, when you're dealing with that, you're talking vibranium. You're talking an advanced element that made these people this way. So on other planets, there's more advanced elements. This planet, Earth, just doesn't have the elements that's necessary to make you a super being, a supernatural superhero. So by the time we identify with this, we say on the right, that's Shazam. We say on the left, that's Superman. We don't look at it now and say, no, that's energy patterns. That's after an explosion, how energy came in. And at the same time, that's form. And then we can start a count. After geometry, you can start a count. What are you going to count? If there's no zigzag zig, if form didn't come in, that began length. Form is length. Form is shape. Form is geometry. Then you can get a mathematical system to start counting something. There's no such thing called really subtraction or called inches or called, that's made up in our world. There's a certain math or thing we had to make up in our world to help explain the unexplained that we didn't know about it. So we called it mathematics. To try to explain 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. That's all it's about, 0, 1. Anything in between it's nothing. 9 is the highest number you can actually get dealing with mathematics. But binary codes are 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. 0 meaning the lesser strand, 1 meaning the first strand here. Out of them patterns form solar beings, the first strand here. These beings don't know nothing about enemies or no rivals, or I'm getting back there and hearing war stories. There is none of this there. This is after the first strand. After the production of things happening within the multiverse. Other beings come out, other energy beings come out. But you'll never be as powerful as the first strand. This is why I'm Apex Solar 1. 1 represents the first strand of beings here, not human beings. I'm talking about pre-anything. Pre-birth of any other planets. Talking about beings just coming out of the explosion in pattern forms. Supermen, superwoman, hermaphrodites, male and female, energy. And when they form male and female energy. That's why you go into the Bible, it'll go 1 to about a man that he blew into. Then later on, male and female, he created them both. Because after we got here, we begin creating balance. But we're talking planets away in trillions of what we call trillions of years. Because they're not dealing with years. If you're one of those beings, you don't know what years are. Years, dates, times, inches, things that's put on a ruler. It's 12 o'clock, it's 6:30, that's us. You cannot put that with that's not in accordance with the universe. Because the white man has science labs and Einsteins and all that doesn't mean their equations add up to anything. Doesn't mean their equations add up to anything. They're just earthly scientists, and they don't advance until things happen and we hear about alien technology crashing down, and then years later we have more of an advanced society. The societies that are advancing quicker than other societies is because they have extraterrestrial contact. Like Hitler had extraterrestrial contact, so he was able to build UFOs. He was given blueprints to build UFOs. Ezekiel's will. Ezekiel's describing a UFO. Noah's Ark. The Ark is a UFO to hover over a planet that will be flooded. And then one genetical engineer wanted to gather all the animals that he was mixing and meshing and working on so that he can finish his project. So he needed a sample out of his laboratory, because Egypt was a laboratory, or that place you call Africa, that big place, was no more than a laboratory where we kept wildlife to experiment on, where the grandchildren of the solar children kept wildlife, like Anunnaki. Anything distant, even the devil or the bad beings will be related in somehow to the first deity that came here, because everything had to come out of that. It was already here. And why I say we were already here and we're not a part of creation, because if is, and something could even explode within a universe that was already here. It's already abstract. It's already unknown. And if that unknown just exploded, then you come in with the explosion. You was already here. Now out of that, you become a high being within all of the explosion. and then you begin creating. So you're not a part of creation, other than you are a creator. And then you created people called humans, you created animals, you created aquatic life. Way before you brought it on Earth, this was going on in different planets. These experiments was taking place on different spheres. The planet is a sphere. We took dinosaurs, other planets, other rocks, had beautiful planets, did different engineering. There's all kind of different people, all kind of different beings, humanoids, all over. They spread it all out over galaxies and galaxies, all throughout the universe on planets. Weird, what you would call weird beings, from experimenting. We got them on Earth. There were giants in the Earth in those days. You hear about three-eyed men. You hear about cyclopses. You hear about all kind of stuff in biblical sense. Cain said those beasts would get him. In Genesis, I don't want to go out there. The beasts will get me. The humans were over here. So we're talking about experimenting, man. Life is an experiment. It's one big experiment from higher beings that you chose to call God. But if you get out of that concept and just start dealing with life and how these worlds started and abstract and energies and all that, you'll be like, where the word God at when you get back here? You don't get the word God. You get Elohim and all of this kind of light bearers and all this kind of stuff in the books or the writings of men, or hieroglyphics, or other high deities who come down higher beings that come down and tell their stories. The Bible is filled with them. Angel Gabriel, Angel Michael, 3 wise men came down. These are all over. We got stories of beings visiting this planet. What about stories of beings visiting other planets? You just don't know it until you hook up with that uninet. Once you get the uninet, you'll see what's going on other planets. So remember about energy, man. Control your energy. Life is energy. Okay? Worlds were created for life to go in. Life is to grow. Anywhere there's a planet, there should be growth. If there's a human, there should be human growth. You should be working on yourself and getting out of the money world. Stop doing things to make money. Stop writing books to make money. Stop doing a business to make money. Feel your energy. Know what your aptitude is. Go and do what you love to do. It will produce this thing called money. But you don't even want to produce a thing called money because that's fake. Think of the Great Depression. They tell you there's a shortage of money. Something happened. There was no less farm life. There was no less elements. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing was wrong with life. But if you're into money, a depression can hit you. But if you're a farmer, you're like, okay, what that got to do with me? I don't got nothing to do with the dollar, the created dollar bill. Stop letting them tell you have problems because they're money, bills. That's killing you. Your desires are killing you. Stop desiring and wanting things, and you won't fail at nothing. Lessen your desires for sex. Lessen your desires for money. Lessen your desires to want to go on a vacation, and make your life more simple. And you won't feel like you failed anything. You won't feel bad about nothing. You're not giving yourself a date. Not giving yourself a time to do anything. Desire, because you desire things, you're killing yourself. So if you can stop desiring, let go, trust in the universe, you should be all right. And remember that everything is patterns, man. Stop thinking about a God somewhere waiting is going to judge you. Those are stories that you got in life. Here, the greatest story ever told. Put it in the Bible. I don't deal with history. This is the kind of share I am. This is Apex Solar One. This is Apex God Body. This is what I like to allocate to you, share with you. Life-changing stuff. Spirituality. Calmness. Nothing to do with Africa, laws and politics and hating the white man and where we come from. I don't deal with history. I don't deal with knowledge. I don't deal with education. I deal with enlightenment. I deal with petroglyphs. And I deal with philosophy, alchemistry, and things of that nature. And I deal with just logic, man. Morals and principles. Don't go off your morals and principles, especially not for a thing called money. Acquire you some land. Start sitting down on grass more. Start getting in touch with your own self. And everything will come to you that you already know you want. Just don't desire it. Stop desiring stuff. Stop worrying about a bill. Everything will get taken care of. Stop putting yourself in further positions to have to worry how the outcome is going to be. Remember, you come from all of this magnificent energy. You are divine in your own right. You are deity, not God. God is something made up to control. When I go back to these solar stories, they're not kings and gods. They're just called energy, light beings. Where did the word God come from? Where did kings come from? The Sumerian king list and all of this that these people teaching. You have Israelites who are love, but they run to the Bible and don't verify that this is not original. If I'm here to teach the original black man, I have to teach from original pantheism, or from original logic or thought, or from original science or alchemistry. I can't hold a book open called Bible and quote from it without letting people know I'm only doing this to reach you, but I have to let them know the beginning of that Bible says this was translated. This book was translated from its original meaning origin. How can I teach the original black man or the original man, my people, out of a book that I'm holding and it says this was translated from its original? So this is not the original. I got to drop this and get back to original pantheism or scripture or epics or accounts. Not biblical stories that European thought control. You're saying you're from the light. Israelites. But I'm not going to begin to be battling about stories of two brothers. That's beneath me. Anything open up in the Bible, I'm here, I agree with you. Israel what? Light. You're light. But the Israel part, you got to break down Israel. Israel, Isis, Ra, and Elohim. So that's the modal part of it. Just stay with the light. I'm not into the Isis, Ra, and Israel. And who are the true Jews? And we go back to this. And, the original black man is the Kemet. And we, Jacob, we was the brothers that was supposed to get it. We got the Ishmaelites and the Israelites. And we are the original man. And the white man is this. And the white man is that. I don't want nobody following me in that. I'm giving y'all a pass. Y'all don't have to be like that. Y'all don't have to listen to it. You don't have to listen to no one forcing knowledge on you. Tell them you're into enlightenment and wisdom. Anybody reading out of a book to you and it's not being done for class purposes to step people up and then finally take them to the higher realm is trying to control you. Because when you get back to these light bearers, these Nemo beings, these aquatic people, these solar beings, angels, whatever you want to call them, whatever you choose to call them, when you get back to them, they didn't call themselves gods. They didn't ask for worship. They wasn't kings or queens. We've been fooled. Any god or asking you to bow to him, in any system that's set up where there's kings and queens, there you have the devil. And that's something new for y'all.